Morning. Yeah, I know. Do you want to help me get some range balls here? Here comes. Yeah. Yeah, I'll put one down here too. Voodoo. So I had to like reset my computer, and like I forgot to put my videos on like another source, like my first video. And so I did it. Just completely my fault, but today should work well. Like I don't have to like act like this is the first lesson, so it shouldn't be too bad. But I'll just kind of have you guys like recap what we did a little bit, and that should suffice. And then today we'll just basically it's kind of a day.
Putting.
Yeah. Well, I have the second lesson, so we really just need to focus on like what we learned in the first swing.
Yeah.
The first lesson, and so it won't be too bad. And then today I'll say this again, but like basically it's a day where you guys hit irons. Like I don't care what irons you hit for a little bit, and I'll come around and help you guys with whatever you're having problems with, and then we'll hit some driver. Especially Vaughn will hit some driver since we didn't get to work on that last time.
Sounds good to me. I'll do it in range 3 times this week.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was here 3 times.
How'd you hit him?
I was actually stroking pretty well. But I just one thing I did try, just like one of the adjustments I made was lowering my back shoulder a little bit. And
Okay.
Angling it in a little bit on my drives.
Yeah.
And, get through and help me not swing down on it.
Yeah, exactly.
What's up, Bob?
Perfect. If you guys want to hit just like a few balls to warm up, go ahead. I'm gonna hit a few too. Don't hit too many. These are got. What's up, Justice?
What up, dude?
If you want to hit like 5 or 6 balls to warm up, go ahead. Just go right here. It's whatever you want. I just hit an iron to warm up. Something easy like a pitching wedge or 7-iron. 8-iron works.
You guys doing the Iowa game? Yeah.
My roommate's doing that. Oh. What happens when you rush?
Yo, that's how I ended up with him. He was like, oh yeah, it's like Jesus Christ.
Just like that. But in a lesson, you'll be doing that, right? That's the plan. All right. All right, we'll get started here. Get this in. Okay, okay. All right. All right. Should be good to go. All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
That was pretty good.
I have no idea where I went.
Right down the middle.
Down.
Alright guys, thanks for meeting me again this morning. I had a little technical difficulties with my first video, so we'll kind of recap and maybe even do a few things like we did the first video, but I'm not going to make you guys redo everything and be my guinea pigs. Like, I want you guys to learn something from this. So, but like I said earlier, I know Justice wasn't here, but can you guys just give me like a demonstration on grip, like how grip, posture, alignment, PGA?
Your backhand's kind of goes straight down. Your thumbs should align straight down, right?
Yeah.
And then I interlock my fingers. And then
Yeah, good. And then ideally, that's pretty good. And how you have this top hand, how it's not right down the shaft like
Yeah.
putting, but it's just off to the side. That's pretty good right there. That's not bad at all. Someone explain like posture and alignment. Do we like how do we want our spine?
So you want like a pretty straight spine,
Uh-huh.
but you want to be bent over, so
Yeah.
bend to the knees.
Yeah, you want to be
And
sticking
you
your
wanna
butt out.
bend from the hips.
Yep.
And then with the alignment, you bigger the club, further forward it's gonna be in your stance.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, all the way back to your wedges being the back half of your swing.
That's pretty good. And then with our feet, you know, we want railroad tracks, right?
Yeah.
So if my club is facing out this way, we don't want to be like this or this. We want to just be nice and square, right? Okay, how about like body rotation? Do we like, when we swing, do we rock back, or do we?
You keep it around your center, like your spine.
Good. Yeah, your spine. Perfect.
Hip movement.
Yeah. That's good. And
Kind of like
yeah, so your spine or center line, it's all pretty much the same thing. And so justice for that, that's all we do. We don't want to be rocking back or rocking forward. We don't want to be standing up when we swing. We just want to keep our nice center line. And I have a drill I might have you do with that. But yeah, that's pretty much, for a majority, that's what we all worked on together. And then we did some individual stuff. Like I know Vaughn, we're working on our club path, stuff like that, and we'll be working on a little more of that today. Seth, we were working a lot with the grip, trying to get that comfortable for you, and then I'll see what we'll work on with you in a few minutes. But basically, all we're doing today, you guys can hit whatever irons you want, whatever is giving you trouble. And we'll just stick to irons right now. We'll hit drivers and woods if you guys want a little later. But basically what I really want you to focus on is getting a pre-shot routine and doing that over and over. I know it's a little boring, especially on a range where you just want to whack balls, but I mean it only takes 10 seconds every swing, and then it just kind of slows you down and make you think. So what I kind of mean by a pre-shot routine, I showed you guys this in the first lesson, but I'll show Joe. So yourself for being on the course. So you know, if I'm aiming at that tree, instead of not doing anything, just rolling the ball up and whacking it, I'm going to step back. This is just my pre-shot routine. My target, I take 2 practice swings. Generally my first one will just be a nice 3/4 swing like we worked on last time, just to keep the control, and then I go back to the top and get my full swing. Look at my target and line, and I address the ball. And maybe once you're addressing the ball, it's kind of nice to still have like a little routine, like swing. It's really what's ever comfortable. So you guys can kind of mess around with and figure out what you want to do as your pre-shot routine. Some people it's super intense. Like Jason Day probably is one of the more intense like pre-shot routines I've ever seen, where like when he's driving the ball, he has a precise way he tees up the ball, like no one else can do it for him. And so he really focuses on getting that tee in the same spot every single time, and then he just stares it down like this. And everything is just gone other than that shot. And I'm not expecting you to do that. And my pre-shot routine is very pretty basic. It's nice and quick, but that's kind of how I like to play. So just figure out how you guys want, or how it kind of fits into your game that way. So just do that, and then once again, when you're going through your irons, and you're hitting shots, see how far your pitching wedge goes, and then see how far your 9-iron is going past that, and kind of start figuring out a way to record your distance that way, because that'll only help you in the game as well. So those are really my group suggestions, and then I'll be coming around and helping you guys. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, so go ahead, just hit irons, whatever iron you want, and I'll be around helping you guys.
Like that.
That was good. Like the ball flight on that.
Yeah, those Nike cavity backs. Andrew Willing has them too, and they
Just launch them.
launch.
Yeah. They're almost at height. Pretty good, Vaughn. Yeah, but looking at ball flight, that was good. Straight at your target, maybe. Yeah, but focus on irons right now. We'll be hitting driver and the other half of the lesson. You even got a little draw on that one.
Yeah.
You launched that thing. So, I mean, that was good. That was this. And one thing I want to see is, can you just show me your grip? I know we didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll help you out. So this is what's called the 10-finger grip or baseball grip. There's nothing that says you can't use it, but there's a few grips that are a little better. It just gives you a little more control in your wrist. And what I'm going to show you, it's interlock. Although you have pretty big hands, don't you? No, I guess not. So we're going to do what's the interlock, and basically all you do is like we make like a gun again with our left hand, and then you stick the shaft right between your thumb pad. Yeah, there we go. And then all you do is slide your hand down, but now we're going to interlock this pinky between our middle finger and our index, or pinky. Yeah, good, just like that. And then when you set the club down, we have our top hand, our thumb is straight down the shaft, and then our right hand, our thumb pad is just resting softly right over the top of our thumb. So that's pretty good. And then just something like that. So I know that probably feels really weird, but take like a few practice swings with that, and just kind of mess around. Even when you're taking a practice swing, act like there's a ball, like we're still trying to hit the ball. So still like sweep up my bad. Try to sweep the grass every time, even take a little divot. There you go. So what happens when you're just swinging like this, then your body's going to get used to swinging like that. So when it comes time to hit the ball, you're going to hit the top of it. And so it's just better just to. Good. It's okay. On that one, what happens too when your grip, when your top hand is over your bottom hand, that it closes the club. And on that one, your club face was closed. It was somehow, it's weird how you hit it right. but so go ahead and line up for the shot. And like, what's your target? Are you aiming at like that white flag?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we want is we want the club face pointing right at that white flag. There you go. And one way to kind of help see that is you see like how there's no grooves right here.
Yeah.
If you line that up right with the target, that kind of helps you see that your club face is aimed correctly.
Gotcha.
Because we don't want it like this, like that's how you had it, something like that.
Yeah.
And we don't want it like that either. So we do that, and then we kind of line up our feet. Your feet are pretty good.
Okay.
The idea, like but that's pretty good. Swing nice and easy. When you tried to kick. So like on your backswing on that one, like your feet moved. And like basically, and what we worked on in the first lesson, we're taking nice 3/4 controlled swings. Because the golf swing is all about control and keeping your body connected. And you can, the harder you swing, the harder it's going to be to keep your body connected. And that's what's going to happen. So just nice and easy. Like your practice swings were very good. Like that's almost what we want. Just keep your body down through impact too. You don't, on that one, all you did is you just lift it up just a little early. So just keep that, drive that club through the ball, down through the ground.
Oh my God.
It's alright. Let's take those, let's do little 3/4 swings. So all I want you, so go ahead and address, or just line up like you're going to hit a ball. So all I just want you taking the club back like right here. And then what we're going to work on is we got to start firing those hips through the ball, because all your larger muscles are here, all the way down here. And so we want to engage those. And when we're swinging like this, all we're using are our arms and our muscles in our arms. And so when we get here, I just want you to like pump fake. You see how my hips are firing through? I just want you to do that. Okay? I know it's kind of a lot to think about, but I'm trying to get you caught up a little bit with Vaughn and Seth here. There you go. And just do nice 3/4 controlled swings. Good. It's alright. I'm going to move the ball just a little farther back in your stance. It's right about there. So if we had like our center line and it goes all the way down to our zipper, we just want the ball just in front of our zipper, okay? That was a good swing though. still a little thin, but that's all it means is that we just gotta get hitting right behind the center of the ball. That one you hit it just a little bit on top. So remember when we're taking those practice swings, really focus on sweeping that grass.
Gotcha.
So, but that was good. Do like 5 of those where it's just shorter, nice, controlled. Then you can do full swing, but still keep in mind that control. Like I don't want to see when you're finishing, really focus that you hold the position. I don't want to see where you're kind of coming like this and you're, just keep those feet planted. I mean, you got to move them, but like I don't want to see you move them. All right? Yeah. All right, Vaughn, how you hitting them?
I'm concerned about.
And they get a little deeper as, the divot progresses, but I'm not all too worried. I'm not too concerned about that. Like that one's a little chunky, but.
I know, but I mean, like, so what?
I mean, is that your target line? Like, you aiming at that white?
Yeah.
Pretty good. I mean, your divot is left. Yeah. That way, which is, so if your divot pattern, your club path, your divot pattern shows like your club path. So that means you're coming in. And if you hit that, at your target, that must mean the club face is just slightly open. Okay. But I mean, you can't argue with the results. I mean, that divot was good. Bad at all.
Okay.
They aren't. I mean, I'm not
They're
too.
Not too thick.
No, not at all. I'm not.
I've been serious. I've been hitting the pitching range 135 yards.
Yeah, well, that's good. Well, that's what we want, right there.
Okay. So should I maybe try? I'm coming out too much, and I should.
Doing. This alignment stick. It doesn't have to. You're not going to hit a ball, so just line up at your target.
I'm gonna aim a little bit right of the white flag.
Okay. Now I'm going to put once again around. Go ahead and stay there for me, because I'm probably going to have to adjust this. Go ahead and line up with the ball, with your shaft. Go ahead and like just a quarter step back, even a little farther, like we kind of want.
Oh, okay.
Maybe let's see. That's pretty good.
I feel super far away from the ball.
You probably are. I mean, be comfortable, but matching up with the shaft here. So that's pretty good. So you see, so you have the inside, you have the outside, right? On this right here. If we're looking back, you can swing inside, outside. What I noticed from your videos is you do a really good job. You do a really good job taking this swing and coming right up this pole, and that's really good. And when we get to the top here, what we're doing is we got to come right back down. And what you're doing is you're kind of your hands out. You're coming back square,
okay,
which is good. Square, maybe even a little outside, which is not too big of a deal. But I think what your problem is and why you're pulling left is because when you get here, you throw your arms out,
okay,
and then you're coming down and altering that.
do that glow?
or a towel or anything?
I no more here.
Yeah, that'd be good. So and what I was gonna do here, go ahead and take the swing back. Like I don't want this, but just take it back nice and slow. And maybe just put the ball like right here, and so line up with that. Okay, so what you do too, that glove drill, you can try that. Another thing you can do, yeah, and so let's just move the ball up just a little farther here. I know we don't. So all I want you to do is kind of imagine here, go ahead and step, or you can even step behind me if you want.
Okay.
But I want you to kind of watch, just kind of out of the corner of your eye. You probably won't hit the ball too solid, but just watch your club kind of go right up the center, and then when you're coming down, I want the club to come on the inside of this.
Okay.
Okay? Because you're kind of coming out like that. I want you to kind of come inside. Yeah. And so right now we'll be kind of overcompensating. But I mean, but the overcompensation will kind of make it feel a little more comfortable, and you'll probably even hit the shot correctly.
Okay.
So that's just.
I know it's hard to like see what I'm doing wrong when I'm hitting it. You know.
No, yeah, and that's something. I mean, that's something really hard to see. So, you know, when your club's back here and your head's down at the golf ball, you can't see what's really going on. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah.
Inside?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay. We're not focusing too much on contact right now. And it's going to be hard when you're really, focusing on this, on your backswing, when you're focused on the ground. Foot planted justice. You're lifting your head, your body up quite a bit. So really just focus, almost your weight should be predominantly like 80-20 on your front foot by the time you're hitting the ball at impact. And so that might be, because when you're coming up, your weight has to be on your back foot. So really just focus on keeping that weight on the front foot and keeping that foot down. That's nice.
It does.
That's better ball flight though.
It does feel like I am going like
way inside.
Yeah, which is, I feel like I really tried to, like I said, after playing baseball and going to golf, I feel like I really compensated inside.
Yeah.
Baseball.
Like, I don't know, like do you kind of like, is that kind of first?
Well, the baseball swing, gotta hit your hand here.
Yeah. So you kind of push them outwards.
Push them outwards.
Yeah.
And then from there to go, okay, it's an outside pitch, I'm gonna put my hand through here and snap, back here, or am I coming all the way through and snap?
Yeah.
Here? So it's kind of like.
All right. Yeah. So all that, with how you have it, where you take it here and then you just kind of throw it forward, and it's very minor.
Okay.
But if you can take another one here, and so then ideally we'll want our divot, square.
Okay.
With that.
Okay.
And
that one is that pointed at the.
Little right.
That's fine.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna move this. this is the hardest part, is just keeping it lined up every single time. Because depending, like if you keep moving outward, and you keep, swinging across this, eventually you're going to be taking the club inside, very inside, and you don't want that either. So, but that's pretty good.
Back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay. Not bad. I mean, it's a little left, just a little bit. Not terrible.
Super deep again, but
No, it's not deep at all. You're
Really?
good. No. I mean, you aren't even, no, I'm not too worried about that. Because you're getting,
okay. Because this whole week taking dig,
it's not, I mean,
but still hitting so far.
it's only about, what, like maybe a tenth of an inch deep maybe? Like, I'm not worried about that. You're getting good contact, and it's not,
I mean, it just looks worse than it is.
yeah. I'm really not worried about it.
Okay. Maybe I'm just maybe that's my thing.
Okay, you threw your hands forward that time.
Yeah, I did. Hold the heck out.
Yeah. Let's get you on some new grass here. Just so we can have a lot of room to hit some balls here. I'll line you up one more time, and then I'll go to Seth here. We gotta go ahead and